Hello, this is the Damson, and that is an extremely fast tutorial on how to paint a pumpkin. The pumpkin's not going to be even a whole pumpkin, so I'm sketching on a small area, rectangle area. I'm sketching a circle that it's kind of coming outside that area, so obviously I'm not going to paint there. And then we're gonna call this slices of pizza, but every corner on the outside will just take those corners slightly and they're gonna be rounded so it looks like a pumpkin. The stem will be kind of a wiggly smiley thing on the inside, and then the part that it's sticking out of the stem, we're just gonna create another wiggly unperfect area, and then we're gonna connect those two, and pretty much that's it. So let's clean it up a little and begin to paint. What we're gonna use is orange, and we are going to use blue for the background. So let's start with our background first. I'm gonna start with the corners, ultramarine and some white, and then just place it there, and after that grab a little bit of water and make the rest of the canvas wet, and then let the paint play around with the water. There it is, and you're gonna see how it's gonna start playing around beautifully. Getting a little more blue, a little bit of green, dirty that blue because we want to create a little bit of a shadow around the pumpkin, and it gives a little bit of the greenish blue. It will look so good with that orange. So when you're planning your background, you don't have to take the background of whatever picture you have taken, but you can make your own little background, decide on what will look good with your foreground. And that's where I'm gonna add more paint on that wet area that I just made wet, and have that paint have fun. Just gently spread it around. This is a super easy and fast painting. It's beginners to advanced. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be relaxing and fun thing to do. The shapes are super easy. It's like a circle, and then you just cut it into triangles. So nothing complicated there. And I'm rounding those corners. And let's add a little bit of that bluish green darker in my stem, because it will be a perfect shadow. Find my areas that are in shadow and help them a little. It's like a purplish blue. And sometimes I use purple for the shadows, sometimes I use blue, sometimes I use bluish black, sometimes I use reddish black. It really, I play around. I don't like just to do the same thing again and again. A lot of times I find myself going back to my favorite things, but I try to experiment. It's a little baby pumpkin, and the light is right in the center of each pizza slice. And if you see the pizza slices that I made, they're not all the same, and that's okay. It makes it more natural. We don't want to measure them all evenly. I'm just using yellow, fill in that area. And you see how I'm staying away from that, well, it's closer to the outside of the slices, because we have an indent into the pumpkin. Where the stem is, it's a little lower than the area that I'm leaving white. So it's coming around. So that's the effect that we want, and the effect that we're trying to create with the shadows and the light. And just moving between yellows and orange and red and just filling in. And I'm trying not to forget to leave those areas white. Just using a transparent blue just to add a little bit blue to that white area. I was just thinking that's gonna be a fun little thing to do. So going back and forward, giving a chance to the paper to dry up a little bit, so I don't try to do all my lines at once. So that's why I'm layering and layering, just giving the chance, giving chance to the paper to dry, so I can apply something without spreading, because that's what's going to happen if the paint is, or the paper is still wet. Add a little more shadow here. It's just gonna help to kind of put it closer to the ground. Too dark, so a little bit of water, and then you see how I'm gonna just take it gently away, and it's okay. I mean, it is darker orange, darker red, actually lighter red, darker orange. So when we apply it somewhere and we feel like it's a little bit too much, right away we can just clean our brush and just touch it gently, just take some of it away. And again, the shadow is right around the stem because it's indented. So we want to have that effect of sinking, pushing it back. And I'm leaving brush strokes here and there. I'm not making it smooth because the pumpkin is not completely smooth. So I am just giving it a little bit more a three-dimensional look. More shadow. And you see how I added a pretty dark color, and now I am going to use water and distribute that all around so it's not going to be so dark, so don't worry about that. Just gonna move that color around. A little bit of green, and the reason why I'm doing that is I am just trying to pull some of the colors, and because the green it's kind of plays really nice with the orange, so I'm just adding that color as a complement in a way. And also the green was playing very well with the blue, so that is why I'm doing that. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this super fast tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.